All right. Well, let's check out the charts. As you can see, we're on the daily Bitcoin. Nothing too exciting happening. We're still in this range. Um, and I think this is something like I think that we're gonna have to all kind of get used to these like really tight, small ranges for long periods of time over the next few years. I would say, because a lot of people are saying we're probably not going to hit all time highs again on Bitcoin for another like 2 years. Because a lot of times, you'll have a 2 year run followed by 2 year decline. So it's just kind of, it's just the pendulum swing, it just is how it is. So if they're right, maybe they're wrong. I'm just quoting what the experts are all saying. We could be caught into these tight ranges for a long time. Just imagine stuff like this for months, right? Instead of just like a couple weeks. Um, and because it's happened before. So let's go down a lower time frame to see what's happening. We still have an oversold signal here on the daily Kimono wave. Kimono wave is our trading indicator, better than market cipher, better than it's an all-in-one indicator. It's great. We made it
Totally
and
free.
it's free.
And it,
It's
it is
it's a
different.
lot
A lot
cheaper.
of and there's a
It
lot
is
of
different.
copies of Market Cipher that are just
It
the
is
same
different.
formulas, just copied and made free. This actually uses different calculations,
We're
so
yeah, we
less
made it
fake outs
so that there's less fake outs, right? We're tired of like all the different fake outs, and by fake outs we mean it's still going to happen.
when it
You're still going
repaints.
to get
Yeah,
them, but in these kind of scenarios, like right here, where you get like an
yeah,
overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, and it's just kind of chudding here,
ranging around.
that's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
it happens a lot less than those other ones.
yeah.
So
It's more
eventually one
accurate
day
for sure.
we'll get it perfect. But
I've back tested them. I have closely studied them. So
yeah, yep. So, anyways, we do have an oversold signal still on the daily. We are up right now 2% about. So let's check out what's happening on the 4 hour here. I like the 4 hour a lot. I like it a lot.
it's
It
a
really
good
kind of
good
tells me what
overview.
can happen throughout the day and to the coming days. So I really I'm a big 4 hour fan, and here on the 4 hour, we came up here, challenged the 50 EMA, and got a pretty clear rejection. This was back 21st, so like that's Tuesday? Was that Tuesday? Um,
Yep, yep.
Clear
Tuesday.
rejection, right? And here we got a bottom here at just under 20K. It was like 19,700. Got a clean rejection there. Came up, and we could still be in the challenge for the 50 EMA. We could still maybe get higher highs. This candle doesn't close for another almost 2 hours. We do have an oversold signal here. That money wave, though, this red money wave here, that is thick, right? That is a thick wave. So we really want to see that kind of more aggressively start turning up for us to get like super excited. The VWAP here kind of covered it up. The yellow line here is the VWAP. I mean, it's crest up above. That's good. It's trending up ish. It just looks like it's a little stalling. I mean, hey, when I zoom out, that money flow wave, you kind of gotta like that, right? It is starting to really look like it's changing direction. So let's see if this red candle right now, if that is going to if it prints like that, that'd be fine with me because the next candle could be a nice one. Here on the 1 hour, we have an overbought signal. All right, we have VWAP down pretty decent, and we have the money flow wave now in the red. It peaked up there in the green, came right back down. So it's this one isn't looking too good, except there's not like any bearish divergence here. So I don't see a big dump necessarily coming from this. So what I would expect, right? Because we've had these kind of the momentum's been kind of trending up. the wave come up and maybe, oh, well, that's kind of horrible wave. Let me do that one more time. So the wave, something like this, right? And we get another oversold signal. Price might look like this, maybe bounce here off of support. I would, maybe we get some lower lows, but because we did just get that. See, what's interesting here too on the 1 hour, right? We tested the 50 EMA, blew past it, tried to regain it, got denied, and the 50 EMA still is below the 200 EMA. So I would be expecting more challenges and then bounce backs than I would expect it to challenge it, bust through, and then use it as support. But here, I mean, we do look like we could be testing it again. See, um, we blew past it coming down, and we're testing the 50 EMA right now. So I'm really anxious to see if we start seeing this can of some interesting high prices here. If we could hold that 50 EMA zone. Um, right now I wouldn't say so just because we do have a decent
Mhm.
overbought signal right now. So we could just get a little retrace and get some higher prices. I would, because you see, we like to also see patterns, a nice W. This is basically invalid, doesn't quite get it. So maybe we get a W here. Maybe this is our W that we're looking for, and we get the higher highs here. So that's a bunch of scribbles
Squiggles.
there. Yeah. So that's the pattern. I'm looking for that W pattern on the 1 hour. Maybe it could be forming here. Just gotta kind of watch and see what it's like throughout the day. 24-minute. See, 24-minute, no bearish divergence. Testing the 50 EMA there too. That's interesting. Maybe we could get a bounce from there. So right now we're actually seeing some bullish signs too. Oh, look, I was like, where's the 200 EMA? And looks like 50 is like right on top of it, if not
Challenging
just
it.
passing it.
Yeah.
So hey, this is some bullish signs on
Oh
the
my
short term,
lord.
right? Remember, I'm
Oh boy, here
talking
we go to Matt's
talking
favorite.
no, okay,
Matt's
I'm
favorite.
gonna go one.
Matt's favorite. It's habit. It's like
That
when you
is
just
habit.
open a
This
tab and
is what I
start
do.
typing
I
in the
start I'm like,
website you go
"Okay,
to
what
the
does it look
whole
like
time.
it's gonna be doing?" And then I go down to the nitty-gritty short time
Well,
frames
that's
and
because that's how you trade. That is
and
how you
romp,
trade. You go up to the
destroy.
higher time frames and you
Alright,
check out what's going on, and then you got
let's
in.
check out MATIC because we were talking about MATIC and how it had a massive, how it was the winner so far today. So, yeah, 12% right now compared to, like,
Oh,
these
wow.
single digits, right? It's the only two-digit percentage right now. Getting a giant green vector candle here on a daily.
Shit,
Um,
that's
looking
420. Oh
pretty
my god.
aggressive, looking like an aggressive attack here on the 50 EMA. Could be a good challenge. Maybe wants to bring the price back up into this range up here. Let's go down to the lower time frames. Yeah, 4 hour money flow looks like it wants to cross up in the green. VWAP currently up. RSI is just maxed out, and we have a nice oversold signal. This looks like, hey, we could be seeing some higher prices. We are approaching a 200 EMA challenge up here. And that would be right along where the next big level of resistance is, right?
Yep, that
Um,
would make sense.
yeah, so there's a lot of confluence. So I'd imagine maybe we get a bounce back down from here. So I'd be looking out for those key levels and seeing how the price reacts there. And that is what at like 51 cents about.
Mhm.
Now on the 1 hour, 1 hour we have an overbought signal. RSI is starting to trend down. So yeah, we could maybe be. I mean, but that wave, this is
Yeah.
looks really weak,
It could just
really
be
weak.
just a little pullback too.
Yeah, just a little steam being let out before we get
Yeah,
another run up. So the price can just kind
I
of
should
hang
hope
out up
so.
here before we start moving up again, is what I'd
Yeah.
imagine. Maybe
It's
let the
nice the
50
50's
MA.
over the 200 there.
Yeah,
Maybe
get
come
the
back
50
to the
MA to kind of
200.
come closer.
Yep,
Yeah, and
exactly.
then bounce up. So
Mhm.
that's what I'd kind of be looking out for. Because it is, yeah, I mean, it. Matic is just looking like it wants to rage. So this one might be a fun one to
As
trade.
long as it can keep
Um,
that momentum going. Yep, that's the key.
yeah, I mean, and then here, like, what is the percentage difference here? I'm interested because it's like, hey, what if I put a long here? Oh, what? Come on, no, no, no. I want price range. So I want to like, so if I put a long here, hey, that's still a 10% move that we got that we could still be getting. Um, Still 10 more percent. I would maybe be interested in seeing. Yeah, and you know what? Hey, that's up here. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, that's interesting. On the daily, that's not even really, yeah. So you know, I still see, a significant amount of pumpage for Matic. That's what it looks like.
Wow, wow, wow. That's some quite a
No,
dose of opium you just dropped there.
yeah, well, Matic is, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Let's do our
Ape
ape
watch.
watch, our daily ape watch. What did I make that line for? I don't remember. All right, so we do have a decent oversold signal here. It's still in the works. Look at this money flow though. See how it's like, hey, yeah,
It's
we got a nice
very
green wave,
bad.
but money flow is still growing red. That is why we're not seeing a big action,
Yeah,
right? We're not seeing a big pumpage like
yeah.
Matic is doing. So volume is still pretty miserable for a RSI is also looking down
Maxed out. Yeah.
on the daily there. Here in the 4 hour, we do have it. We're in the middle of a oversold signal. Does look like that money flow is starting to pinch in. Um, but I'm not too. I mean, this
Still
wave
not
looks kind of
super.
weak
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, that
So,
looks
but
weak.
it
VWAP's
and
pointed down.
I'd be looking at this 50 EMA. If it breaks this 50 EMA and we start coming back down, I bet you this is going to be invalidated. Um, Here on the 1 hour, we have an overbought signal. We this one doesn't look very nearly as good. See, ape, I'd be looking for some shorts, honestly, because look, I mean, we busted down below the 50 EMA, bounced off the 200, well, below, got out, barely holding on, challenges 50 EMA, got rejected, trying to come back up and challenge it again. Looks like it could be getting rejected, and the 50 EMA is really close to the 200 EMA. If that crosses down, then yeah, we're definitely coming down to get these vector candle zones here from the 1 hour chart. Yeah, so what here I'm like, okay, 5 minute. Yeah, like look, so we're getting the tides might want to be changing, but at the same time, we could just be at a level that we're bouncing from. So I'd be cautiously looking at 8 because here on the 1 hour, I just wanted to check again to see what it was doing on the 50 MA. So it's technically it looks like it's below the 50 MA a little bit right now. Um, so we would want to see we would want to see um will it come down here and challenge the 200 EMA? And if it does, how does it react to that level? We do have vector candle zones right up here, so maybe it's just a bounce like this before we get down, something like that. Might be looking right. Um, but yeah, gonna be watching these EMAs closely today.
Hmm.
Um, all right, yeah. What else? Anything else we should look at? Ethereum,
Yeah, let's check out ETH real quick.
just real quick. Just real
Just
quick.
real quick.
All right, on the daily, let's see how it's looking in the range, this low range.
Yeah.
Um, See, the thing is, like when we're in this range, you want to make sure that you're definitely marking your levels. So I mean, we could. I mean, we
Yeah.
challenged it barely.
Yeah.
You could
It's not,
argue. Um,
not
Here
looking
we're
great
really
on the
on the
daily.
4 hour. See how I like the 4 hour here because it just gives you a bit more detail on that daily. Um, See, I mean, I would like to see. I would expect prices to get up here.
Money
Let's
flow.
break this
Yeah.
level. Let's do it. I mean, we had a
Maybe,
higher
yeah.
low. You gotta like that. We do have a um oversold signal currently. RSI is pointing up. It's just right now this current hour, whatever. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get a little bit of pullback, but I would like to maybe see right price. Maybe it comes down to the
I'm glad
last
it's giving some opium here because I don't have any when I look at this chart.
the last lows here. We could be getting a bounce so that on the hour here, we could still be getting um higher lows, right? But we exhaust some steam, and we still see this momentum climbing up. So this is what I would be hoping um for today here on the hourly. So um we'll see. We'll see. It does look like currently some steam being let out. But there are some still, there's still, we could still see higher prices by the end of the day, is what I'm saying.
DeKenza's has a very important question for you.
What?
When
Oh,
ETH 2K?
2K. When ETH
Oh no,
2K.
it wasn't a serious question. Oh no, here he goes. And see, he turns to the
I
chart.
just Well, I don't care about prices, so I don't
Yep,
ever look at this stuff. So
2K. That's a ways off. I mean, you
um
got to
but
challenge like 18 or something first, probably. A little bit lower
so
there. That first level of support kind of right below.
let's get some fibs.
See, I think that
So I mean, it is down
the
here. I mean, it is
0.65.
it
I think
is
0.65 would be your first stop, right? Or the 786, really.
yeah, because
Yeah.
we would need, well, first of all, if let's just say we hold this range, right? Let's just say we hold it and we don't come back down to these. I guess the question really is it gonna come down and claim these vector candle zones from all the way back in 2020, right? Or 2021, sorry. Um Before it comes up and starts claiming these vector candles from
Yeah.
these drops. Because right here, this is a market maker taking longs. All right. Um, and so the price will return to this level at some point.
Eventually.
Um,
There you
and the
go. There's your
question is,
answer.
will it get up
Eventually.
there? Let's, well, I mean, right now, you like this. You like that we are in, and this looks like a healthy green
It needs to
oversold, right?
escape the red
We
wave,
need to
though.
get this. We really
Yeah,
need
it's
to
got to
start
go
getting
back
this
up.
money flow wave
Yeah.
to start coming up. So
Yeah.
in the next few days, let's see what the week looks like. Ugh. Ugh.
You sure you want to look at
Positive
that?
things about the week. Okay. VWAP is starting to turn around. This tiny red money flow wave, it is red. It
Not
just
great.
did recently cross
Yeah.
it. So maybe this is just a little blip and starts turning around. But there's some hopium. I mean, to me, I'd see this weekly and say, yeah, it's just going to wick down here before it starts moving up. That's what I
Okay.
would say. But so if that's the case, you might have a couple weeks to Kenza. You might have a couple days or a couple weeks. Hope that
Yes,
answers your
if he draws a
question.
T-Rex, it's bearish. Correct.
I can't stand those animal shapes, like all the people who do the TAs, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's a
Well,
dinosaur
yours
pattern."
did look like a dinosaur today, so I'm sorry. You
Yeah,
might not
and it
like
looks
it,
like a
but the
lot of other
dinosaur,
things.
it's an esoteric natural part of charting is dinosaur drawing.
Um,
Thank you for watching GMTV.